Do you remember what it was like listening to music before Spotify? Having to listen to your dad's tunes in the car because they were burned to the same CD? Spotify came along and changed all of that. Nowadays, you can listen to pretty much anything you want with a tap of a button. But not everyone's so happy about the impact it's had on the industry. And in today's episode of Paratosh Meets, I'll be speaking to Will Brown. Will's a music producer with a publishing deal with Sony Records. He makes music for Lola Young and other up-and-coming artists. This year, his music's taken him across Europe and America, not to mention playing to international audiences on the James Corden and Graham Norton show. In this video, we talk about the impact of platforms like Spotify, as well as Instagram and TikTok on the music industry. Let's get into it. I think what I've noticed with Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, it seems like the music that people listen to, because of the algorithm and the way that music's broadcast on these different platforms, everyone seems to listen to the same music. Do you think that the music industry's become more homogenous as things have gone on, especially because of things like Spotify?
I think there's always been things that sound the same. For example, if you look at Motown, there's obviously incredible songs that came out of that era. But then actually hidden behind the curtain there is thousands of songs that sort of sounded the same but didn't quite hit that spot. So you've always had that, but I will definitely agree. It's not necessarily Spotify and Apple, the streaming platforms, that have changed that. I think it's more the social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. If a song blows up on TikTok, nowadays it's just got such replay factor because it's just getting played all in the videos all the time, and just people are always watching these videos on repeat. So that just clocks up the streams, and then that it may be why it kind of looks like it's just the same song being repeated everywhere, and that's all everyone listens to, which it can be from time to time.
What's interesting about your perspective in this is you can obviously see the sort of producer-eye view in terms of what people are making. Do you think that people making the music are trying to go TikTok famous or trying to go viral, and it's what's driving the kind of same sounding music, or has it just the same as always?
I think I'll probably have to be careful with what I say, but there are definitely a lot of people following the trends. You see this video, say it's like a certain dance paired with a certain song. You get all these people that are like, oh, if I make a song that kind of sounds like that and then put it on TikTok, it's going to blow up for me, which, I mean, probably sometimes it does, but I'm not sure that that's the kind of way I would want to make music.
What do you reckon's your view on just how all of this, taken together, the move to sort of digital platforms like Spotify, and now it was really interesting what you said about social media. Do you think that it's having a good impact on the industry? It's giving more musicians a chance to have their spot in the limelight, or is it actually more of a destructive force?
There are some artists there struggling because they're songwriters and they know how to sing, they know how to perform, they know how, run a crowd and get them going, whereas they're actually not that specially talented in, making funny TikTok videos. That can be really difficult for some of these artists that the labels or their team potentially would be saying, okay, we need to get these TikToks, there's a trend here, let's follow it. In their heads, it's kind of like, is that why I came into this industry? Or did I come into it to make music and play music? So it can be a strange thing, but it's not necessarily good or bad.
The way that I was trying to balance it in my mind is that it's easier than ever to discover new artists, but those artists are getting paid probably a fraction of what they did when they were selling CDs. Does this mean that you're getting more artists being able to give it a go, or is Spotify kind of stealing from the small artists and the really big ones are the only ones making real money?
It's quite difficult because as a music lover, I look at Spotify and think I can, find so much new music. If you find a song that you like, there's Spotify radio, and then you can find new albums, you can find literally so much music, which is amazing for the music lover. But then obviously I work in this industry as well. Compared to back in the day when you'd have, the sale of a CD, they've equated that to just like an unbelievably large number of streams. So you have to get so many streams before that even counts as an album sale. So artists, they're losing money, and you say maybe big artists are benefiting more, but they're still being paid the same amount per stream. It's just that if you get a viral hit nowadays on Spotify, because it's so easy and accessible, you're going to get, 2.5, there's songs with, I think, 3 billion streams, which, when you think about that, it's just unbelievable. So I think that's where the difference is between the smaller artists and the big artists. They don't get paid more per stream or something. As someone who makes music, the idea that I can put something on Spotify and that automatically means that you're just going to be reaching so many more people. You can reach the world. You can reach Korea, Japan, America. Like when I look at the stats of where the streams are, I'm like, there's literally people all over the world listening to music that I made in my bedroom, which is pretty fascinating. So that is definitely, I think, a great thing. But you do have to balance it out with the negatives, I think, with streaming.